All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Starladder Season 7, Day 27. So unfortunately, we did have a little bit of a disappointment here for our third match of the day. The Quantic versus Fnatic match was canceled. Fnatic did forfeit. Not sure exactly what the nature of the issue was, some sort of a roster deal or if someone was on vacation or what have you. But unfortunately, that last game was canceled. We did have a good 20-minute break there, so we are onward with our fourth game of the day. I can't do math today. Power Rangers versus Quantic, and I am Zyori. I'm going to have my co-caster with me here. Hippie going to be joining us. How you doing, pal?
I'm pretty pumped up. I'm a little disappointed that we missed the Fnatic game, but I'm sure we'll still have a blast here. We do get to see Quantic, one of the most fun teams to watch right now, although looks like Fada's not there. They have a stand-in.
Ooh, that's exactly right. Exist, going to be the standard. Do you recognize that name, Exist? I hope I'm not sounding like an idiot because I don't recognize that name.
I do not.
But now, okay, so
although I'm admittedly not that up on the CIS
Yeah.
CIS teams.
Maybe someone will. Every so often, people are like, "Oh yeah, you should know he was on team." Blah blah blah. I see. Great. Okay, cool. I'm glad he's a good stand-in. So we are going to see some interesting bands come out though. Power Rangers going to take OD and Treant Protector off the field. The Wisp and the Abaddon can be banned out by Quantic. And interesting because Power Rangers are the team that have been running the tree. So interesting to see them ban him out here. And of course, some more interesting stuff happening. Quantic going to pass up Naga and Bat Rider to grab that Dark Seer. And of course, Power Rangers, they'll be very happy to grab themselves a Naga as well as a Bat. And now Quantic going to grab a second pick, Nyx Assassin, already. This is interesting.
I don't really think it's that out of the ordinary. Dark Seer has always been a worthy first pick, even with the likes of Naga and Bat Rider. Yeah, Naga is probably the biggest first pick right now, but that's partially because of all the, like, oh my god, super first pick heroes, she makes it through the bans the most often. She definitely does get banned out in that first phase, but you're more likely to see Bat Rider, Wisp, OD, Tree, Darkseer, Abaddon banned out than you are Naga. So you'll see her a little bit more often.
Yep.
Wow,
this draft is going very quickly here. So
yeah,
next band's going to come out. Power Rangers going to take out the Storm Spirit as well as the Alchemist. Quantic going to take out Visage as well as the Lifestealer there. Keeper of the Light going to be that third pick for Power Rangers to go with Bat Rider and Naga. I'm really surprised by the second pick, Nyx Assassin, though. I guess if they want to grab a support, their second pick, don't want to reveal too much of their draft, but it's just really rare to see Nyx picked up that early over a support like Visage, who made it into that second banning round.
I think it depends on what you want. Nyx Assassin, I mean, he brings a whole lot to the table. He has a really, really excellent line stun. You can get great AoE on it. It's long stun duration. It's decent damage. You've got the mana burn to try and keep people down in the late game. Bat Rider, obviously int hero, going to be building up a lot. If you burn away that Naga's int, take away a lot of her power. Obviously, the Keeper of the Light going to help prevent the mana burn from being too huge in the late game, but it'll still deal good damage. And Nyx is very survivable because of the Spiked Carapace, because of the Vendetta, both of which can help him get out of sticky situations. He can be a good initiator with the Vendetta, even better if he gets a Blink Dagger or a Force Staff to give himself, so he can make sure he actually hits with the Vendetta damage, doesn't have to use it for positioning. So really, it's, for me at least, it's not that unusual to see a Nyx in the first four picks. When I'm drafting, I value him reasonably highly.
Fair enough. I did see someone in chat saying that Fada is his, I don't know if he has a broken finger or a broken arm, but
yeah.
he's got a cast on. So that's really unfortunate. That'll be a while then before he'll be back. So that's, I don't know, again, that's just rumor what I heard in chat there. Apparently there's an article on Join Dota posted about it. So bummer for Quantic. They are doing well here in Starladder. They're probably going to make it in that top four to move on to the next round. So that'll be rough if Fada's not going to be with them. He has been playing very, very well the past few weeks. We've seen them in Starladder Season 7. So that is definitely going to be a blow to the morale, at the very least, of Quantic, as well as their roster not having Fada. So Queen of Pain, though, going to be the third pick for Quantic. And there it is, Phantom Lancer, as many of you were fearing in chat. The Coddle PL combo.
See, I can't bring myself to hate it as much as everybody else does. Because, like I said, I'm a filthy PL picker. I'm a filthy anti-mage picker. I will pick all those heroes you hate, those heroes you never control properly, and that just win pubs because nobody in pubs knows how to gank. It doesn't matter what tier you're in. People in pubs don't gank as much as they should. They'll certainly gank more as you get up higher, and it'll be harder to play an effective PL or an effective AM, but they're never going to put as much pressure on around the map or on you as a real five-man team.
Yeah, and I like the versatility from the Power Rangers roster here. One of the problems with PL, as I mentioned in that first game we saw Phantom Lancer picked up, He's weak sauce in the early game. He definitely takes off. He's kind of that exponential growth curve, but he takes a little while to get going. And if you have a great aggressive team that knocks down some early towers, again, that first match, it was 6-0 in tower count. That makes the life of the Phantom Lancer a little bit more rough. So he can be a little bit of a double-edged sword, but I like that Power Rangers have the Naga to try to deal with any push that comes their way. They have that reset to help make the escape route if PL gets into a sticky situation. And they got the Bat Rider, so they have that bit of aggression for the early mid-game to kind of counteract the fact that PL is going to be looking for a lot of farm early on and not really going to be too active in the team fights. But interesting is Jakiro going to be the 4th pick for Quantic to go with their Queen of Pain, Nyx Assassin, and Dark Seer. And Power Rangers will ban out the Anti-Mage. Of course, Quantic going to be looking for a carry there to go with that nice aggressive tri-lane they've got set up.
I hate that Anti-Mage ban. I think there's an insanely obvious ban, and they've just skipped it completely.
What is
because Power Rangers isn't about to pick Gyrocopter, and Quantic is about to pick Gyrocopter.
Oh,
Let
yeah,
me
the
tell
gyro.
you how much they're about to pick Gyrocopter. Not only is it so good against Phantom Lancer, but look at that AoE potential on their team. The Darkseer into the Call Down, into the Queen of Pain, into the Jakiro. There's no carry that will do better right here than Gyrocopter. And I get that you want to ban Anti-Mage because he carries so hard that if they slow down the Phantom Lancer a little, and then Quantic is able to free farm an Anti-Mage, he will beat a Phantom Lancer, especially if he gets just a little bit of the cleave with the Battle Fury. But at the same time, like, come on. How can you not see the Gyrocopter coming right there?
It's a good point. It definitely is a fair point. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just more afraid of the Anti-Mage. Furion will be the final ban coming out from Quantic, but a Puck going to be mid to go up against that Queen of Pain. So that is a good choice from Power Rangers. And whoa, not going to be that Gyrocopter. I agree with you, my friend. Kunkka going to be that last pick for Quantic to go with their Jakiro, Quap, Nyx, and Darkseer. So, well, yeah, definitely not the pick we saw coming there.
Well, it's still actually a good pick. It goes well with everything else. I mean, he's good against the PL because he doesn't have to worry about especially in the mid game when the PL illusions aren't nearly as tanky. He doesn't have to worry about, I have to get off several attacks to kill them all. He can just get off like one good Tidebringer out of Shadowblade and clear away most of the illusions. He works just as well with the Darkseer, even more so really than the Gyrocopter. His AoE presence, Gyrocopter has amazing AoE presence. Kunkka's is better, and Ghost Ship is in my opinion a stronger ultimate than Call Down, especially with its absurdly low cooldown. That damage reduction you get make everyone a little tankier to deal with all of the Phantom Lancer illusions that are going to be out there. And of course, he's going to be a little harder to gank because of his strength gain. So it's certainly not a bad pick. It's not what I would have expected, but it serves the same purpose as the Gyrocopter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, no, for sure. And one of the other things, we saw it earlier, Kunkka has a very similar flavor to try and deal with that Puck, though. It doesn't look like he's actually going to be mid. I think they are going to tri-lane with this Kunkka, actually, for their killer tri-lane. And that is something we have really yet to see so far in Starladder Season 7. It's been exclusively Kunkka's mid. We've seen Kunkka a time or two. We've seen him to try and counter the Puck, as we saw earlier today. We've seen him try to counter that Outworld Devourer, as we've seen in previous matches. But here it is going to be Sachka, and he tends to be that carry player for Quantic. And it looks like they will be gearing up for a Jakiro, Nyx Assassin, Kunkka tri-lane. And that is a lot of disable. Initiate with that...
That's a mean tri-lane.
Yeah, initiate with that Impale, the Ice Path to follow up. That should make for an easy torrent. Right there alone, that's a lot of damage. Kunkka coming in with the Tidebringer. Oh, man, this could be scary for Power Rangers. Who do they have in the offlane here? Going to be... just keep her the light right now. So that does mean it will be Quap mid, it looks like. And, oh, no. Going to be a bug there for Power Ranger. Who is Captain Naruto? Is that... he is tagged up with Power Rangers. That makes me wonder... oh, that's Cheshire Cat. Okay, it did update on the thing. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at these rosters. Looks like we know how the lanes are going to settle down here. Power Rangers will be on the dire side here. We are going to have on Coddle, Keeper of the Light. It is indeed going to be FNG, and he is disconnected at the moment, but he will be in the bottom lane to start things off. In the mid, no surprise to see ZXC playing on the Puck. In the top lane, that means it will be Moon playing on the Phantom Lancer, J4 going to be on the Naga Siren, and Bat Rider, again, he's going to be playing on, or Bat Rider will be played by Cheshire Cat. Again, their names haven't updated here, so I had to check. So Bat Rider looks like he will be in the jungle right now, so is this really going to be an off-lane Keeper of the Light? I think he's going to find himself in a bit of a sticky wicket here. As he'll be up in his tri-lane. Sachka going to be on the Kunkka, fucking Mag going to be on the Nyx Assassin, as well as Mania going to be on the Jakiro. In the mid, their stand-in exists, going to be playing in stead of Fada. Again, I see some more folks joining us here. Apparently, Fada did break his arm, so he's going to be out for about a month. Right now, their stand-in exists. And in the jungle, / offlane will be Miguel on that Darkseer.
Yeah, the Keeper of the Light isn't gonna actually try to farm the lane at all. He's basically gonna sit here. He's gonna stack Ancients. Maybe he'll provide some support to the mid lane. I know it looks like he's just gonna fall back. I would expect him to be stacking Ancients, and then just since he's gonna be stacking Ancients for someone to clear later, probably the PL, obviously. He can just sit by the tower, and every time the tower gets creeps pushed up to it, he can just nuke them down. Although there's going to be, of course, uncontested pulling coming in from these Radiant supports on Quantic, so it's going to take a long time for that lane to get pushed up. I don't like him pushing forward like this.
I was just going to say, I was like, all right, fine, he's going to follow Miguel's notion here. You see the Dark Seer's already sacked the lane. It's going to be a free-farming PL up top. Moon going to have the lane all to himself. His supports are in the jungle. J4 on the Naga going to be stacking and pulling, and of course, Batrider, he's going to be doing his thing over here with the hard camp and the easy camp. No big surprise about that, but Miguel with the right idea. He's just going to move straight into the jungle. Darkseer already level 2, just going to use that Ion Shell, and look how aggressive Keeper of the Light is being right here. He's going to move into the jungle. He does have some ward coverage down here. Actually did get a sentry down as well as a nice aggressive lane ward, so he'll know if they're coming. That is one good thing that again, I can't remember who it is. Is it FNG playing? Yeah, FNG on the Keeper of the Light. He has actually taken ward control down here. If we take a look at the vision, he did counter what would have been there. I'm not sure if he actually got a ward kill, but he does have that that nice aggressive lane ward control. He also took out the ward that was on the high ground here, giving coverage of that bottom rune. So a lot of counter warding action. He does have some vision control, and I guess that will allow him to feel a little bit more safe pushing up, but
yeah, it lets him be a lot more sneaky about going into that jungle. He knows exactly when he's going to get countered. There are a couple places, like if Bucking Mad was hanging out right by where that Radiant Sentry Ward is about to go down, or if Jakiro hangs out there, if Mania hangs out there, and then they can bait the Coddle into trying to push into the jungle, then they can catch him. But it requires basically you hoping that he's going to come into the jungle while you're able to wait there and while you're not busy doing things like pulling. Because you see, while the creeps are respawning, they're able to just hang out there, kind of pressure him out of lane. But they know they need their experience too. They can't just sit there and drain experience from the Kunkka, who obviously needs his levels so he can get all of his AoE powered up to work with this Wombo combo, so he's ready when the Darkseer kind of hits his stride.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to want to let this go too late. This is definitely like a mid-game timing push sort of thing they're building towards.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And with a free-farming Kunkka versus a free-farming PL, I think it's safe to say we all know who's going to be the hard carry in that one. PL will definitely out-carry the likes of the Kunkka, so definitely going to be gearing up towards, again, that Wombo combo, that mid-game pushing before the PL has really taken off. So one of the things here that makes me nervous for Keeper of the Light is right here. He's going to be near that tower. They may be able to dive it, going to harass with that Tidebringer. Jakiro not going to be with him, though. He's going to be stacking and pulling. But the long range on that Ice Path gives them a few more tools to deal with this Keeper of the Light, and he is pushing forward a little bit. And if Jakiro is on point, plays a little bit carefully here, may be able to catch him in an Ice Path. Up in the top lane, though, the Bucking Mad is going to pour it up, and he is going to get a nice Spike Carapace off, but not going to be enough. He's going to fall, going to give a first blood to Phantom Lancer. I guess he did want to defend that tower, but I don't know what that was all about.
He did. He poured it in and then immediately missed his stun on the Phantom Lancer. He threw it just slightly too high. The PL cut down low a little bit because what he wanted to do was line up a stun on both the creeps and the PL. So he caught the creeps and not the PL. And obviously, since that stun wasn't there, PL was able to just kind of walk up to him and be like, all right, throw your Spiked Carapace, man. I know it's low level. It's not going to stop you from getting caught by me. I have boots. You don't. You're dead. Thanks for the kill.
Yep, it seems to be what happened. And one of the other scary things that Quantic are going to have to deal with here at some point is this Batrider. And right now, Cheshire Cat having absolute free farm in the jungle again. One of the great things about Batrider, he really only needs these two camps. Again, I mentioned this earlier. I was watching Synderin stream this morning right after I woke up, and he's doing the A to Z challenge. And he was playing a whole bunch of games with Batrider. So, going to be able to stack this camp as well. But he's doing just fine. I mean, he's got about 900 gold in the bank. He is almost level 6. He's going to have a very fast blink here. He's going to be level 6 very early as well. Does have the bottle now. So this is something that Quantic is going to have to deal with earlier rather than later, I think. Again, with that timing push. But Batrider will be a nice tool to help buy some time for that PL. Up here in the top lane, the Darkseer almost in a little bit of a sticky situation. Going to get caught by an ensnare, but will be able to survive compliments of that bottle. Looks like he's going to go Gloves of Haste first, so Miguel could actually be gearing up for a Midas first on the Darkseer, which we do see on occasion.
Yeah, it helps him get his levels up, and if they're looking for this this mid-game thing, the faster he gets his level 11, so he has the level 3 vacuum and the level 2 wall of replica to take early team fights, the better they're going to end up doing. So if he can hit 11 about when, because Kunkka needs, I mean, Kunkka's ultimate, the extra levels in it are good, but they're not amazing. It's only 100 extra damage, 10 seconds off the cooldown, it's an extra mana cost. So it's really the initial point in that ultimate he wants, and he wants his max level Tidebringer, his max level Torrent, and maybe 2 points in X marks the spot, if he can get them. But
Right.
even then, you don't really need the X to set up as much when you have the Dark Seer, especially if he can get not only the fast levels, but if he can get an early blink to position himself for that vacuum, you
Hmm.
can set up for that Kunkka really, really nicely. And all you really need is vacuum into Ice Path, into all of Kunkka's stuff, and everyone's going to die before you even hit anything else.
Yeah.
The Queen of Pain and the Macropyre and all that, that's icing on the cake.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, I hadn't even really thought about the Queen of Pain and all the AoE that she can put out. And while we're at it, let's take a look at the mid lane here. ZXC versus the stand-in for Quantic in place of Fada. Once again, they're pretty even here. Right now, Puck is 29-9. The Queen of Pain is 25-4. Quap can be able to go up top and grab that 6-minute rune here. And it is going to be an illusion to fill up the bottle. So Exist is level 6. ZXC level 6 as well. Small experience advantage in favor of Puck. But all things considered, it is a pretty even experience there in the mid lane. So one of the great things for Power Rangers as well is that Naga Siren. I think she's going to prove to be a really important facet in this match as well. As far as all of that wombo combo that Quantic can put out, there's always going to be that chance of Naga to come in and catch that reset right before. Darkseer throws that vacuum, Kunkka throws the ship, and Naga Siren can get that reset. That could really throw off the wombo combo and give Power Rangers a chance to get back in the battle. And there's also some wombo combo for them as well. Set up with the Song of the Siren, Puck can follow up with some of that AoE and a Dream Coil, and that can set up for an easy Illuminate there for that Keeper of the Light. So Power Rangers definitely do have some team fight presence of their own. And we see, look at that Keeper of the Light. Oh, God, he's so irritating to deal with. He's going to make Jakiro's farm a little bit more difficult here as well, as he does grab a couple creep kills. So all in all, Keeper of the Light's been doing well here. He is level 4. We were a little worried about him in that offlane. Looks like he's been able to move around, has been able to grab a little bit of experience. So being level 4, 17-0 in terms of creep kills, that's a little bit better than I think they would have hoped for, going up against that aggressive tri-lane. Of course, Miguel, his kind of counterpart here, the offlane Darkseer, is level 7 right now, so he's doing slightly better. He is pooling that gold, so indeed I think it will be a Midas first for Miguel and the Darkseer.
Yeah, and the success of that Keeper of the Light goes down completely to that good warding and good counter warding that he did in the very start of the game. Since he knew they would have no vision of him, couldn't pressure him. Oh, Miguel might be in trouble there. Now, looks like the Surge is going to get him out. It's going to expire, but no one's going to be close enough to try and... Oh, I wouldn't turn around if I were him, but no, he's got the ward. He knows people aren't chasing him. Woo!
Puck gonna get killed in the mid lane. Looks like Nyx roamed in. That's gonna be able to set it up with the Spike Carapace. Quap gonna not even use the ulti.
Oh my god, look
at
at what's on that dead courier. Look at what's on that dead courier on Dire side.
Wait, oh, hold on. We see a kill up at the top. No, maybe not. I can't. How do you look at? We went over this. I don't know how to
oh
look
yeah,
at
you
the
don't have
courier.
the courier hockey bound. On that dead courier, there is Naga Ring of Regen, the bottle from Puck, which is now just gone, a salve for PL, and PL's full Yasha. So that's 2,000 gold. He's not going to get delivered to him for the next 2.5 minutes. And that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah, and he's in a little bit of trouble up here. They're going to try to chase back PL. Looks like he'll be able to survive. Now Sachka going to be in a little bit of trouble. The Dream Coil is going to come out. I think Kunkka going to hope for something here, but not going to be able to make it happen. All the while that was going on, they did manage to grab a kill on Keeper of the Light in the mid lane as well when we were looking at the top. And, oh, gosh, kills are happening all over the place, and I'm not catching any of them. We're going to see Bat Rider be able to finish off the Darkseer in the top lane. So it's not going to be 3-2. Power Rangers going to be able to grab the kill advantage. Looks like they did overcommit a bit to try and finish off that PL, who did eventually make it out. But yeah, that courier going to be down for another 2 minutes, and as you mentioned, a lot of items there. And unfortunately for Quantic, they not going to be able to capitalize too much, as they did take a bad exchange across the map.
Yeah, I mean, that's just opening up more and more room for Power Rangers to free farm this Phantom Lancer. But, I mean, obviously, he's going to be a little slow off because he's not going to have that Yasha, because he doesn't really have anything else. It's just hard for him to get going, and all that gold is tied up in the Yasha, so it's not like he can just buy something else. Like, oh, crap, I don't get my Yasha. I guess I better spend that gold on something else because I can't get it out to me. If the courier died before he had bought that, he could have theoretically decided, okay, what can I build from side shop that I'm going to be able to get? Or it's like, oh, well, I got to port back, or I got to run back to get that, and oh, he might be in trouble right here. Bucky Mad coming in.
Nyx going to come in. He's going to use the dust. He's going to initiate. That's going to be an easy kill. Miguel really didn't have to do much there. Just going to throw the Ion Shell, so that's part of the power of Nyx Assassin. He is level 8, and Nyx has been having a pretty good time this game. He is 1-1-2, so he's been able to grab a good bit of experience. He is very high on that level chart. Actually, just Quantic in general high on that level chart. A lot of level 8 heroes in this match, but they do have that advantage here. If we look at the gold, and actually the experience graph, not as much in their favor as I would have thought, but they do have a nice gold advantage. And having a Nyx at this level right now, level 8, he's able to move around, he's able to do that level of burst damage, and certainly shutting down the PL at this point is a victory that will tie it up 3-3 here at the 10-minute mark, with Quantic pulling ahead with a small gold lead, but a smoke going to be used in the mid lane here. Bat Rider now has the blink. He's level 8. He's smoked up. He's got a lasso ready. Looks like they may try and hap it on the mid lane here. Are they going to grab the Quap? Are they going to grab the Jakiro? It's going to be the Quap, and that's going to be the initiation. There'll be plenty of follow-up damage. Down goes the Queen of Pain. Puck will be there to drop all of his damage as he's level 8 as well. And that's now going to make it 4-3 in favor of Power Rangers. So again, as we mentioned, Quantic going to be trying to hit that mid-game timing, but Bat Rider will make that a bit more difficult for him. He's now 2-0-0, and his farm is just going to continue here as he is now level 9.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the nice things...
Top lane, PL! He's going to get caught again! Same story, different chapter. The Ion Shell put on. Nyx Assassin just going to drop him like he's hot. Going to burn his second dust. PL going to go down twice within about a minute. Oh no, he was farming so well. He was leading the way on the net worth chart. Now back-to-back kills. He's going to be down to number 5 on the net worth chart. That's going to allow Quantic to pull ahead with Darkseer at the top, Kunkka in the middle, and Quap there at number 3 on the net worth chart. That is bad news bears for Power Rangers. They had such a great lead on that PL, and now his lead squandered a bit here, at least in the early stage.
Yeah, I was just about to say, one of the nice things, every single kill on any of those core heroes by Power Rangers against Quantic will be slowing down their mid-game timing. They'll be slowing down the important levels. You know, less damage output out of the Queen of Pain, less mobility from her because her blink won't be as high of a level. And basically buying Phantom Lance time, oh, Miguel might be in trouble right here as the net lands.
Yup, he's going to get connected, but he is going to have a Surge. He is level 10 on level 2 Surge right now, level 4 Vacuum, level 4 Ion Shell. Bucking Mag going to be able to come in here as well. Now ZXC going to be in some trouble. Going to be a nice Vacuum. Song of the Siren going to come out, but not going to be enough to save the puck. The Ion Shell does not stop doing damage, even if Song of the Siren comes out. So nicely done right there. That will now make it 5-4 in this little engage. Keeper of the Light going to be charging up and Illuminate, and Power Rangers will be here to try and defend. Bat Rider does have the lasso up. He's got the blink. Whoa, an Ice Path from behind the tree is going to catch the Keeper of the Light. That's going to be an easy kill. Queen of Pain going to be able to grab him there. Now Nick's going to go in. He's going to die at the tower. Wants to try to finish off the Naga. Not going to be able to do it. A Flame Break going to connect. Bucking Mag going to be in a little bit of trouble here. An Ice Path going to come out. Not going to connect with much either. A nice Illusory Orb over the trees. Going to be able to finish off the Nyx Assassin there. His Puck did buy back to make that happen. Definitely a worthwhile buyback here. He is going to be able to use the Dream Coil to connect to the Jakiro. Oh no, the lasso going to come out onto the Jakiro. Bat Rider going to get caught in the Ice Path. The Jakiro is still going to fall, but it was a noble effort. Did slow down the efforts of that Bat Rider. Now he's going to try and get pulled off the map. He's going to get X mark the spotted. They're going to drop the Quap ulti on top of him as well. That'll be the end of the Bat Rider. Miguel now dominating. So Power Rangers still not going to get the better of the exchanges here. I believe, was that a 2 for 3 right there? A lot of heroes went down. Puck did buy back. So yeah, Quantic going to come out way ahead now. A 3,000 gold lead, just about a 3,000 experience lead as well. Still holding steady on that net worth chart. This Darkseer, man, he's getting scary because he's got the Anomalous as well. His net worth is solid. He's level 11 already. That item seems to be paying off. He's got nothing but Boots of Speed, a bottle, and Anomalous, and still able to grab all those kills as he is now 4-1-1.
So Darkseer has decided to actually not go the level 2 in his Wall of Replica yet. He's going to save that for level 12, and he went Dagon?
What?
I was about to talk about his skill build, but we just got a Dagon on Miguel.
Wow, I'm really surprised. That's, I guess that is definitely affirmation that they are going for this mid-game timing. That's about all that Dagon's good for, is that mid-game burst damage to shut these heroes down. Really kind of a gamble, though. Almost, I don't want to say an all-in choice, but very unconventional.
I think the idea is that he wants to be like, oh, you know, if I'm going to be roaming with, like, the Nyx or someone, we want to be able to just finish off that PL in the space of one stun.
Right.
I can get behind that. That's really not a bad idea. But honestly, if I were him with this team I've got right here and I wanted, okay, what's going to really help me hit that mid-game timing? What's going to really help us in team fights as well as help me do, like, a little bit of 2 or 3 man ganking? I would have gone for Veil of Discord if that was my goal. Because you're going to get so much bonus damage out of that. It synergizes with literally your entire team.
Yeah, everyone's got magic damage.
A huge boost from that. And especially when you have the vacuum to set up for it, and then you have all this AoE to follow it up. Can you imagine how badly that would rip through people? I know it would be a really weird item on Darkseer, but in this game, I think I would like it.
Yeah, it's no weirder than a Dagon. That's absolutely for sure. But Moon on that PL going to be in big trouble. He's going to fall. Looks like Power Rangers going to get way too aggressive on that tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. But now Power Rangers going to come in. J4 going to come in on the Naga. Doesn't have the ulti up yet. The Kunkka boat going to come. Not going to connect with much, but this fight going to continue on here. A nice ice path going to connect with quite a few members of Power Rangers. Dream Coil going to come out. The lasso going to be used. The follow-up damage not going to be there to finish off the Quap. That's going to be a 4-for-0 exchange down here. And right now the Bat Rider, the only one left alive, he's going to Firefly to that high ground. He will be able to port out. But wow, Power Rangers way over committing right there. Quantic, the ones that should be the aggressors right now. Power Rangers, of course, going to want to sit back and try and farm up that PL, and just getting hyper aggressive down at that bottom tier 1 tower. They do manage to finish off the tower. That does take the tower count now 2-1 in favor of Quantic, but that is going to cost them. Now this mid-game timing going to be so much easier for Quantic to hit. They're going to say thank you for that gold, now leading by about 7,500 gold, 7,500 experience. Oh no, this is going to be a little bit more rough for Power Rangers here. That Dagon, is it going to get leveled up? Did he just buy level T-ball? Level 2 Dagon!
He bought level 2 Dagon, and well, here's the thing. You do have a level 2 Dagon at 16 minutes.
That's a good point, but oh, Nyx Assassin, he's going to be in trouble here in the top lane. J4 going to set it up with the ulti. Nyx does not have a Vendetta. Yeah, it's going to be an easy kill there, lining up with the Illuminate. Quap going to blink out, and we'll be able to port home. So that will be a 1-for-0 exchange up in the Dire jungle. Talk about hyper-aggression, but that makes it 16 minutes. He's got, like, basically a Lina ult, so that's good. I worry, though. It's definitely a gamble. They're going to have to make it happen quick here. In the mid, the vacuum, the boat, the Dagon. That'll be the end of the Naga, so it's working for him there. The boat, definitely overkill. I think the Dagon would have been enough. But now going to be 12-7 here at the 16-minute mark. We'll see our Radiant side. Of course, Team Quantic continue to stay aggressive here. We do see poor Kunkka going to run out of mana. He is going to get surged, and yeah, that's going to be the end of his. And what's that ability called that burns the mana? That
Mana Leak.
Mana Leak. That's what an appropriate title. So Mana Leak going to suck all of his mana there. But Quantic off to a great start. I think one of the core items they're going to need, though, to make this mid-game timing happen is they're going to need a mech. I'm obsessed with the mech, especially it doesn't seem that Power Rangers are rushing one. I don't see one in the inventory of any of their heroes. Looks like Naga has a Ring of Regen. Could be working towards that early mech. But I think someone from Quantic is going to need to pick it up. And I don't know who. It doesn't look like anyone is going for it. Chikiro with that.
You put it on the Dark Seer, you know?
Yeah,
but
the Dark Seer.
Going upgraded Dagon instead.
Yeah. I don't know. I think a mech next after level 2 Dagon would certainly be well advised, because it looks like Jakiro going to be going for a drum. Kunkka already has the Shadow Blade, and he's got a broadsword as well, so interesting choice. And speaking of Kunkka, he's going to get caught down here. Bat Rider going to come in. That'll be the end of Kunkka. Easy lasso for the kill. All 5 members of Power Rangers. I'm amazed at how aggressive Power Rangers are being right here with that Phantom Lancer. I mean, yeah, getting kills on him is great, but he's only got a Yasha, has that next Blade of Alacrity. No doubt going to be a Diffusal Blade at some point here to go with that Ring of Basilius and the Tranquil Boots, but this is so risky. Phantom Lancer is so squishy right now. Obviously, there's detection about the field for Quantic. I don't think they have a gem quite yet, but they've got dust, they've got sentries. If they get some kills on Phantom Lancer, this could really backfire for Power Rangers.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, I really hate the choice of the early Yasha. I think that should have been an early drum to give that PL a little bit more survivability, a little bit more move speed. I think that picking up the Yasha has really actually cost him, especially when they know. I mean, just look at Quantic's lineup. You know there's so much aggression coming at it. You have to be able to live through something.
Yep, level 3
You can't get away with no HP on a Phantom Lancer. It's not like you're going treads. You want the early Tranquils for lane sustain, and that's another thing that indicates to me that he should just be farming right now. He's got Tranquil Boots. Why are you diving towers with Tranquil Boots and Yasha? You have 800 hit points on a PL.
Yeah, exactly right. And again, they grabbed that kill on Kunkka in the bottom lane, and that's great, but it took all 5 of them to set that up. So that's a 5-man train down there where none of them are farming, and if you split that gold out, I mean, that's not a very cost-effective exchange just to grab the Kunkka. But speaking of Sachka here, he's going to get engaged on a little bit, needs to be a little careful. In the mid lane, though, I thought they were going to engage on him. All the while, they take out the puck. Darkseer going to be able to grab another kill. Going to be able to drop all that burst damage. Now they're going to rotate in the top lane. Kunkka going to be in trouble here. He's probably going to fall. Does manage to get the ghost ship off before he goes down. Unfortunately, not going to connect with anything. Now the rest of the team going to be coming up here to follow up. Nick's going to come in. The Sentry Ward comes down. Doesn't matter, though. Still gets the Vendetta off. Going to try and finish off the Keeper of the Light. Naga going to come in with the ulti.
They don't know
get the
Quap's
reset
there.
Yep, but Quap going to be ready to blink over the trees. Darkseer going to be coming in as well. The ulti's off. There's the vacuum into the Quap ult. Down goes the Naga. Moon very, very low. Bat Rider still at full health, but he's going to get caught by the Nick's Sun. Very nicely done with the Spike Carapace. Going to walk into the fire, but he's going to be able to force stick forward. Oh, man, he's got a force stick now to go with that blink. Keeper of the Light is hidden in the trees. He needs to be a little bit careful here. They may catch a wind of him, and if they do, he will most certainly fall. Does he have a TP? No, he does not. So Keeper of the Light going to be stuck in the trees there. They're not going to scout it out, and they are going to back up. So that exchange not going quite as well for Fnatic, as Quantic as it could have, but still, well, going to be able to grab some kills. A nice engage there with that vacuum and Quap ulti follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the nice things about the Quantic team is you have
Oh my
so many
God.
excellent skills to go with
Oh,
that vacuum. Yeah,
sorry.
you know,
I
Dagon
just
4,
no,
MBD.
I just saw in the mid lane Kunkka had his Shadow Blade on and did the backstab Tidebringer right there, and it took PL down to 1/3 HP in
He
one
probably
hit.
got the crit with that Chrysalis as well.
Oh, he's got a Crystallis as well.
Yeah, he's
All right,
got a
all right.
Chrysalis now.
Okay, fair enough. He did crit. I didn't see that broadsword. I didn't see that had been turned into a Crystallis yet. But still, I mean, that's a scary precedent. And again, more icing on the cake if PL is so squishy. If Kunkka alone can do that with one Tidebringer, his passive, again, we're going to see it right here. He's invisible. Look at that. Look at the damage on PL. He just comes in, the Dagon, nothing he can do about it. Oh my god, he's so squishy. Oh, that was funny to see. PL. I'm sure there are a lot of viewers right now just rubbing their hands together, just like, that's what you get for picking PL, you bastards. Goddamn Phantom Lancer. So glad to see him get
Monsters.
killed by the Dagon. The monsters.
Phantom Lancers are an endangered species. They need to be allowed to propagate.
Oh, man, exactly right, exactly right. So now going to be 15-9 here at the 20-minute mark. Of course, Quantic with a nice lead, and they're going to continue the pressure. They're going to go straight with the Dagon streak continues. Miguel is now godlike, 9-1-3 on that Darkseer. Hand of Midas into Dagon level 4. Bottle Stout Shield, still Boots of Speed, putting all in to that Dagon. And again, it seems weird, but he's now got 700 burst damage at the 21-minute mark. I mean, shit, PL only has 800 hit points. There comes a point where leveling up the Dagon really makes a lot of sense. Oh, God.
From the point where he got Dagon 1 to Dagon 4, I don't think PL's picked up a single new item. And maybe that Blade of Alacrity came after the Dagon 1, but it's not like he's gotten anything that gives him any hit points. So this gets funnier and funnier every single time, because basically one nuke from anyone, plus that even with that bonus magic resist that he's getting from the Phantom Edge, the 15%, he only has 36% magic resist. So the Dagon 5, when he finishes it out in like a minute or two here, or well, right now that recipe's in his stash. That's a 22-minute Dagon 5.
Wow. You can't help but laugh. You really can't.
Get a refusal.
Yeah. So, yeah, meanwhile, Phantom Lancer, he's got his second Blade of Alacrity, so he has made another item pickup. That is good. And Power Rangers, again, they're going to be the aggressors here. They've got all 5 grouped up about the bottom lane. All the while, that'll open up an opportunity for that Tier 2 in the top lane to fall. Nick's going to be able to grab that tower kill. That will take the tower count now 4-1 in favor of our Radiant side, of course, Team Quantic. So they've got a huge lead. Again, the Gold League now over 10,000, experience lead about 12,000, so they are well ahead in this match. Other items, again, Kunkka still has that Crystallis to go with the Shadow Blade. Queen of Pain going to be able to grab the early Orchid Malevolence there, so furthering that timing. Bat Rider going to hop forward. He's going to grab the Kunkka. He's going to try to pull him out straight into the Naga ulti. Kind of an interesting play right there. ZXC going to pour it out, so they use the lasso and pull Kunkka out only to use the Naga ulti defensively and run away. I can't help but feel like that was kind of a waste of cooldowns.
Well, I think they basically didn't quite realize that all 5 were there and ready to go. And this is, especially if you know the Darkseer's not there, if you think the Darkseer's not there, it's like, okay, if we have a good spread, we don't need to worry so much about about the AoE. As soon as the Darkseer's there with level 4 vacuum, a good spread doesn't save you from that AoE. They're gonna catch at least 3 people with all these ultis. Nyx has his Dagon now too, by the way. So, just Dagons all over the place.
That's the end of the Naga. I mean, Nyx just walked in, bopped her in the face, then in came Miguel with his Dagon to follow up. There it is, the vacuum into the Quap ulti, and the Keeper of the Light going to be very low here. Nyx Assassin is going to fall, but Coddle finally going to go down. Now Puck going to come down. In comes the boat, not going to connect with anything, but what the hell does it matter? Puck's going to go down as well, and now we're going to see Bat Rider in big trouble. He's going to make it up to the high ground, but they're going to be able to chase him down. That's going to be a 4-for-1. Quantic now leading 20-10, a triple kill. Going to come out for the Queen of Pain. They've done some serious work with that Darkseer Queen of Pain combo as well as the Chikiro follow-up. They've been able to make it happen with these huge AoE ults, and now Power Rangers in big trouble. 14,000 gold deficit, 15,000 experience deficit, and items to boot. 2 Dagons on our Radiant side. Darkseer now level 16, so that is good news for them as well. A huge XP advantage. He's now going to just pick up a Ghost Scepter. Yeah, forget about upgrading the boots. I'm going to go Ghost Scepter. Is he going to get an Ethereal Blade? Oh, God.
Oh my god, I think he might.
Oh, no. This is going to get even worse.
That's sometime when it's really like, come on, why didn't you just get Veil?
And on top,
yeah. I mean, it's better against a single target, but come on, you don't need that much more damage.
And on top of that, They've got an Orchid on the Quap. So they just Orchid on. There's another 30% damage amplification. This is insane. This is an amazing strategy coming out from Quantic here. And uh-oh, PL, he's going to be in big trouble. How fast will Moon fall? In comes the Bucking Mad. He's going to miss. Oh, the Doppelganger. But there's one Dagon. The Vacuum. The Dagon 5. PL able to survive. He did make it out. But maybe not for long. There it is. Down he goes. The Ion Shown. That one last hit from Nick's going to allow them to grab that kill. So PL, unfortunately, not going to catch any breaks here. The boat going to come in. That'll connect with Quap. Not Quap, Keeper of the Light, pardon me. Keeper of the Light going to be in big trouble here. Nick's going to come in. Oh, more Dagons coming out. Darkseer going to finish him off with a Dagon to the face. That's going to be another 2 free kills coming out for Quantic there. 2-0 exchange, 22-10 here at the 25-minute mark. We're going to move into a pause momentarily. Looks like Nick's going to DC real quickly here. But, yeah, the action continues. Level 5 Dagon. I think PL may be well advised just to pick himself up a casual cloak here, just to have a little bit of a chance to maybe survive this magic damage. I still think that would be kind of a mute point here, but still,
You need some hit
I don't know what he can do
man.
here, honestly.
Well, and also, I wouldn't exactly call this Dagon thing a strategy. I would call it more like, oh my god, I can't believe this is working. It's pretty funny.
Poor
But
Nick, he's going to get taken
so
out.
overfarmed. He got
Yeah.
so overfarmed with that Handamitis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So definitely the first we've seen
giant
this.
god.
But, yeah, 20,000 gold lead and experience advantage, so, or gold and experience advantage. So, of course, things continuing to further in the advantage of Quantic here. But Jakiro, he's going to be level 11, and that's going to be a mech. So I talked about mech earlier on. That will be a pivotal point to their strategy. At this point, I think they are in good shape, but alas, I'm glad to see the mech come out to try and further this mid-game timing here. Now, Puck did manage to grab a blink. That is good news. And there it is. Look at PL. He's able to complete some items. Like Moon's farming just fine. He's level 13. He's now got Diffusal to go with Yasha. Still less than 1,000 hit points. I mean, this is like the squishiest PL build you can go for here. You mentioned the early drum would go a long way here, and I 100% agree with you. I think if it was a drum instead of a Yasha, he might have a chance to at least survive the initial burst and be able to walk around, maybe micro into the trees, buy some time for his Naga Buddy to get there and maybe reset. But with the squishiest PL build imaginable, with absolutely, I mean, he doesn't even have treads. He's got tranquil boots, for Christ's sake. That doesn't do anything against the Dagon. No wonder Moon has just been getting completely obliterated here. Quap going to be able to grab the Og Scepter to make the ult even that much more devastating, to be paired with that vacuum wall combo from the Darkseer there. So Quantic, they know what they need to do, and they're getting the items to synergize nicely here in the top lane. Again, Moon may be in a little bit of trouble. He is going to double walk. Sachka is here. Oh, they are going to initiate, but uh-oh, Bat Rider going to come in. A beautiful Macro Pyre Ice Wall combination. Sachka very well may still fall right here. He is going to be caught in the Dream Coil, but does do a lot of damage in return. Quap going to come in. That'll be the end of the Naga Siren. Now ZXC going to be able to finish off the Jakiro. It will be a 2-for-1 in favor of Power Rangers right now, but it's not over yet. Now Quap going to blink forward, going to try to finish off the Puck. Down goes the Puck. Nice vacuum backwards. That will keep the Quap alive. Dagon going to be used to finish off the PL. Down goes the Keeper of the Light. Make that a 4-for-2. Power Rangers with the great initiation to start things off, but unfortunately they don't come out ahead, and the Bat Rider, the only one to survive. Compliments of those mobility items, the Blink, as well as the Force Staff.
Those extra hit points from that Ags, man, they saved Quap's life right there, getting all the way down to about 50 life before she regened up. That was perfect timing coming from the Darkseer, picking off exactly who he needed to with that Dagon 5. And Quap, of course, now happy to use that ult to farm because it's got a 40-second cooldown with that Ag Scepter.
Yep, now going to be level 17, level 3 ult. That is awesome. 40-second is very rare we see Quap grab an Og Scepter, so that's a nice little treat for us here. 40 seconds. That is 725 damage every 40 seconds. That's a lot. That's a lot of DPS you can put out there. Top tier 1 tower is going to get denied by Quantic. Total tower count now going to be 5-2, of course, in favor of Quantic. One of those being denied, so needless to say, their gold lead going to be furthered here. Now upwards of 20,000. Experience lead continuing to just skyrocket. I mean, this graph has just been a downhill spiral for Power Rangers. I mean, just up and up for Quantic here. Oh, is that the... Oh, God. Daedalus now for Kunkka, and the Ethereal Blade for the Darkseer. So now this is going to get even worse. Ethereal Blade to go with the level 5 Dagon. The boat going to come in. It will connect with the Bat Rider. Are they going to have the damage to make this happen? The reset going to come from the Naga Siren. It is going to be a team fight erupting about the Dire Ancients. The Naga ulti actually helping out Quantic a little bit. It will buy them some time for the rest of their recruits to get here. We will see the Naga as well as the Bat Rider get taken out by the Kunkka. That Daedalus, he definitely hits hard now. Now Puck going to fall. That's going to be a 3-for-0. Keeper of the Light going to be in some trouble as well. PL, the only one left alive. That's because he wasn't there. He may have ported out out before the fight started, but he really didn't have much of an impact, and yeah, that's going to be 30-13 here. We will see Quantic group up and take out the last remaining outer tower for Power Rangers. The tier 2 gonna fall pretty quickly here. Down it goes, and they very well may just keep pushing up. In the way of buybacks, I don't think there's much, absolutely nothing for Power Rangers, so this is going to be a great opportunity for Quantic to press up here and start knocking on the front door of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Unfortunately, here in this match, it seems Dagon is the counter to the Megazord.
Well, yeah, it's just, if you look back at that fight and kind of examine it slowly, you'll see how many things Quantic did completely wrong. The Macropyre was kind of okay. It basically split people up and slowed down the Naga ult, but didn't really do any damage. The Vacuum hit no one. The Quap ult hit no one because it was aimed at where the Vacuum was going. And they killed everyone anyway.
Poor Coddle.
He did nothing.
Oh my god, you're exactly right. You see, Coddle just pokes his head forward, and that's going to be a Throw Blade Dagon to the face, and he's going to go down. Quap going to blow the ulti again here, going to be able to do a lot of damage. Nyx did fall to start off this fight. Now Puck going to be the one to go down. Keeper of the Light trying to channel that ulti. Oh god, that's going to be the end of the Bat Rider. Another Dagon to the face. Sachka taking a lot of damage here. He is going to fall. Puck is going to buy back and to throw the Illusory Orb in his face. That will finish him off. Now Miguel going to get finished off. That's going to be a triple kill for ZXC. Will burn the Dream Coil right there. And wow, that's going to be a nice 1,000 gold bounty for ending the beyond godlike streak of that Darkseer. He's 15-2-9. So ZXC, he's going to get a nice little gold pick-me-up. He's now going to have about 2,000 gold to play with, so might be able to fancy himself an ultimate orb. I'm going to be working towards that sheep stick, but yeah, going to be a little too late, I think. The tier 3 tower in the base did fall, but still 34-16. Obviously, Quantic overcommitting a bit right there as they are just so overfarmed. 25,000 gold, 30,000 experience. It's really not often you see the experience graph go this high. 30,000 is an unbelievable deficit. I mean, just look at that level chart. Level 21 Darkseer, the highest level on Power Rangers is 15.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you look at the golden experience graphs, they're starting to update with the results of that fight. It didn't even make a dent in that lead that Quantic has. It's not like they suddenly turned around like a good chunk of it. Now, even if they managed to get this Roshan kill, which they very well might, because first of all, it's kind of a really sneaky time to be doing Roshan, because you're not a team that's going to do it particularly quickly. You have to do it very cautiously. But also the fact that there's no real good vision around the Roche pit, except for that one ward by Ancients that may not have seen them come in. But oh, mid lane.
Oh my god. I mean, Keeper of the Light is just going to get obliterated right there. Quap can just throw that ulti whenever she wants. Yeah, Naga going to fall. Wait, is that another Dagon? 3?
Jakiro's going to go Dagon. I'm pretty sure that's what that Staff of Wizardry is for.
He's working on it.
He could be going for Staff, but I'm pretty sure it's a Dagon.
It's got to be. It's got to be. I mean, come on. And Kunkka,
oh no, there's the 4-staff recipe. Yeah,
okay.
He makes a liar out of me.
All right, but Kunkka gonna go the interesting choice. He's got Daedalus and another Crystallis, so another kind of interesting item build. I guess they stack, so you can get a double crit at the same time, right? Or no, you can't.
You can't get them at the same time, but if one misses, it will then check for the second one.
Okay, so your chance to crit...
Sure it checks like item slot 1, item slot 2, item slot 3.
Gotcha,
so it'll check for the Daedalus first, and if the Daedalus doesn't go off, it'll check for the Crystallis.
Okay,
so he's just going to get a second Daedalus so that he always crits.
I see. So it just really ups... That's insane, dude. That's a build I've never seen. Mind getting blown here. We saw PL, I mean, he just got obliterated. Literally melted. He is just a puddle of plastic on the ground. He's still the world's squishiest PL. He's got Diffusal and Yasha. We'll see them press forward. J4 going to get a nice reset here. He will be able to survive. Only him and Bat Rider left alive. And there it is. Power Rangers will tap out. So the Megazord here going to crumble beneath their feet. As unfortunately, the Power Rangers unable to do it. Maybe they should have called in the White Ranger. They needed some Tommy action. But alas, 39-16. Who knew? Dagon first, well, alright, Pandemitis first, followed up by a level 5 Dagon on Darkseer. New meta, hashtag viable build. I like it.
God, the amount of times I'm going to see this in pub games after this is just going to hurt my brain. It's just, every time something silly happens, for the next week or so, you see people trying to replicate it in pub games. You just want to bash your head against a desk.
Yep, it's true. It's true. Darkseer, 17-2-10, Quap 13-1-10. So Exist's first game there with Quantic as a stand-in. Not a bad showing. Not a bad showing indeed.